every morning with drive. Being on the grind, know I had to survive. We had to win. Started from the dirt and the rubble. I had to be the needle that was popping your bubble.
Hello and welcome into the Rookie Prospect Profile Series. This is a Zilla Fantasy Elite production. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoy these machine learning model videos. This is the last one. Unfortunately, we're going to be looking at Kelvin Tyler. Today's running back that we're looking at, Kelvin Tyler, went undrafted in the 2023 NFL Draft, but find themselves on the Cincinnati Bengals roster. They come into the NFL out of Utah State University. Looking at some of the physical traits for Kelvin Tyler, we can see that he comes in at a height of 5'8", 211 pounds, giving us a BMI of 32.1. They did run that 40 time in 4.61 seconds, giving us an overall speed score of 93.4. Putting in their physical traits along with some of their college numbers into the RStudio regression model, we do get a prospect score of 9.422, which ranks 288th overall out of the 310 running backs in the RStudio models database. That is the 7.1 percentile. Shifting over to see who are the closest comparables to Kelvin Tyler's prospect score, we can see that the next closest better than him are Jeremy Stewart, Ryan Hewitt, Zonovan Knight, Theo Riddick, and Tommy Bohannon. The next five closest below are Sonoris Perry, Salvan Ahmed, Fitzgerald Toussaint, Dare Ogunbowale, and Teron Ward. I'll give props to the last person on the prospect profile series of having the most difficult names to pronounce here. Tommy Bohannon, Sonoris Perry, Salvan Ahmed, Fitzgerald Toussaint, Dare Ogunbowale. A lot of difficult names in there. Thank you very much, Kelvin Tyler, for giving me that on the very last prospect, but really nothing to output in terms of anything important here. Salvan Ahmed, Zonovan Knight, Theo Riddick, all varying levels of relevant in fantasy for a given week or two or for entire seasons, but wouldn't really expect that out of Kelvin Tyler. He does find himself on the Cincinnati Bengals, which here or there, I think Mixon will play this year, but probably not going to carve out a huge role there considering what they have in the room and what they drafted already in front of them with Chase Brown. It's not completely roadblocked, and if Mixon finds himself off the team, all the more likely that Kelvin Tyler could find his way onto this particular team. Switching now to that machine learning model, let's see how Kelvin Tyler does in the machine learning model. We can see that he comes in with a mean of 11.28, a median of 11.34, the minimum prediction at 5.90, and the maximum output at 15.74. Their percentile outcomes at 8.79, 9.66, 12.96, and 14.03 respectively, with that M50 gap of 3.30 that is rather large. What do these mean in terms of historical outputs for people at those particular ranges? So that 11.3 range, that's not too bad of an overall mean for a guy like Kelvin Tyler going undrafted, but in that range, we're looking at essentially 11.0 all the way up to 11.6. We're going to find guys like Michael Carter, Charles Sims, J.K. Dobbins, Trey Mason, Carlos Williams, Ty Montgomery, Andre Brown, Alex Collins, Felix Jones, Salvan Ahmed, again, so we see him in both these, Darrell Williams, Jerick McKinnon, Matt Breida, and Darren Sproles. Those are all between 11.0 and 11.6. Kelvin Tyler falling right in that middle range can find himself in that particular range of career best fantasy output should he get 80 opportunities in a season. What happens if he reaches his absolute ceiling? That's at 15.74. What prospects are in that range? So in between 15.5 and 16.5, we have Tony Pollard's best season at 15.55. Chris Carson, 15.65. This is getting into low range RB1 territory, the upper 15s per game. It's RB10, RB9 range probably most seasons. Chris Carson's best season was 15.65, CJ Spiller 16.05, Ahmad Bradshaw at 16.05, 16.07, DeAndre Swift at 16.2. We saw So those are kind of the prospects that we can kind of see in that particular range of Kelvin Tyler's maximum output. Getting into the rankings for Kelvin Tyler and how they compare to the rest of the 2023 class, we can see that the mean and median rank there are at 15. The minimum rank was 23rd best, and their max was 17th best in the class. Getting into their percentile ranks, 14th, 16th, 14th, and 15th, with that M50 gap at 3.30 being the 33rd worst, I guess, or largest M50 gap in the class. And that's going to do it for the final episode of the Rookie Prospect Profile Series. That's all 36 prospects. If this is the first one you're looking at, go back and look at all the other 35s. That would be to your advantage. Again, this is Kelvin Tyler. Hopefully the RStudio model and the machine learning model has given you a little bit of additional confidence to make any decisions regarding this prospect as you approach your drafts, or maybe in the future if they become waiver wire fodder, you can kind of see this for your waiver wire production. That's going to do it for today's Rookie Prospect Profile on Kelvin Tyler. This is presented by Zilla Fantasy Elite. Thanks for tuning in to all the episodes, folks. I really appreciate all the views. It goes a long way. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you get the latest and greatest videos coming out of Zilla Fantasy Elite. Thank you and goodbye.
Yeah, whole crew on top. Really, we on top. Wake up every morning with drive. Been on the grind, know I had to survive. We had to win. Started from the dirt and the rubble. I had to be the needle that was popping your bubble.